Introduction. ebook Timeless Tweets 2000 of May 2021, which contains a commentary on life in over 2000 tweets, is presented as videos in YouTube. This is one such video. Chapter 16. In old age, if you do not keep your wife informed about your assets and liabilities, she may be in trouble after you leave. But sometimes if you do, you may be in soup immediately. You have to strike a balance. Celebrities and hardcore criminals are etched in our memory. The mediocre fade in no time. Reputation can be lost in no time, but a stigma is difficult to erase. Pillows for the feet are either warranted by medical advice or prompted by sound financial affluence. God often ignores the fervent prayer of devout couples pining for a child, and bestows the favor instead on couples averse to it, or at least not anxious, ready, willing, or waiting for children. He only knows why. In the hospital, if you are not prompt in settling the dues for treatment, naturally, you can expect some ill-treatment. Generally speaking, body deteriorates faster than the mind, with the result that, at some stage, the energy of the body is not able to cope up with the aspirations of the mind. Philosophers appear to say that there is no such thing separately as dream, and that, day or night, all life is a dream all the time. Pure consciousness is the real wake-up stage. You can't hear, you can't see, you get less from the world. Can't speak. Can't write, you give less to the world. The greatest pleasure and the greatest pain may run close to each other. Up in the air in a giant wheel, it is exhilarating. Just one malfunction, and you come down writhing in pain. Some people who are bitter with their wives now, may later, if they survive her, feel that life was much better then. You need not be familiar with the mechanism of car or TV. Concerned mechanics will take care of it. Worst for worst, the items can be replaced. But our body is different. We must take care of it ourselves. Doctors can only help. Bodies are replaceable. God is not approachable or contactable. He is not visible and is touch-proof. So he always remains in the realm of intelligent guess and endless discussion about his whereabouts for many. The engine can be kept idling when a car is not moving. This is similar to the state our mind when we are not doing anything. We don't switch off the mind. Any commercial establishment, including hospital, aspires to maximize its revenues. In the case of hospital, the patient will resist this in his interest. However, this will not be the case if treatment is free or insurance covered. Here is a snag. The steps we take coincide with the fingerprint of our fate. The enormous risk we take in traveling through dense and haphazard traffic, day in and day out, is highly inconsistent with the intense grief associated with death. We call animals as dumb creatures. But what are we before dominant political leaders indulging in tyrannical practices, even in a democratic setup? By enabling you to communicate with the world, anytime and any number of times, in little time, and at no cost, social media like Twitter help you to release pressure from agitating minds, with or without any perceptible effect on the outside world. Some application forms are very harsh in format, content and space allowed. Almost like asking the applicants to send with the application 1 liter of blood taken from his body and duly certified as such by a gazetted officer and witnessed by 3 respectable witnesses. Many people who can perform miracles live and die as ordinary magicians. But the more resourceful among them pass out as godmen with name, fame, and countless riches. Hangmen can be proud of their jobs. They are putting an end to sinful lives that have caused untold misery to countless persons through their merciless behavior. Persons who should hang their heads in absolute shame for their ruthless behavior are fit to hang by the rope. Quick justice is the need of the hour. The more difficult part of apprehending the culprits, from out of thousands around, if not more, is done by the police. As to whether these persons are really guilty, should not take years to find. Maybe our judicial system needs reform. Some of the forms prescribed by government/companies are in extremely small print, and the small space allowed is not commensurate with the likely need, and are wholly unimaginative and irritating. Laws are what ghosts make and people break. These days, right course heading for poor results gets a back seat. Wrong course leading to good results is preferred instead. Topsy-turvy world. Elected representatives make laws. The electorate break them for individual benefit, abetted by employees. Who is to blame? Government pays its employees for enforcing the law. At least in some cases, people pay them for hoodwinking the law. The employees get paid both ways. They are happy, and the public are happy. Who is unhappy? Have a look at the picture in Chennai Times of India DT20th Deck 2019. What exactly is the intention behind? Is it not correct to infer that these people, and their tribe, play a vital role in the increasing incidence of rape? Women's organizations to consider. Difficult to organize. Easy to disrupt. Easy to follow. Difficult to lead. Ideas are born at random, not produced at will. Out-of-the-box ideas executed at great cost, if click well, can catapult you to name and fame. Or else you are doomed. Vigorous pursuit of money is a dangerous occupation. It can either lodge you in the lap of luxury, or dump you in the dark alleys of misery, never before seen or heard. God has given us eyes to see everything and everybody except the donor. Why so? He only knows. Women faced risk if they wore gold. No gold, no risk. Those days are gone. Now the risk is their bodies, which they can't do without. A very sad development, for which it is difficult to apportion responsibilities. In the ultimate analysis, sans sentiment, death penally is more human and more sane, besides being more deterrent, than life sentence, which entails years of agony for the person and his family, leaving him shaken and broken at the end. Sad but true. When the floundering agility of body lags behind the continuing alertness of the mind, as it so often happens, the result is dismay and disappointment. A committee should be formed to defend the police for instant justice through spot settlement before the euphoria over. Rendering of instant justice in the Hyderabad rape case is dissipated. You can expect onslaught from unthinking rights. Activists. The committee should plead to be included as a party in the case. Alleviation of suffering and avoidance of death are twin objectives of medical treatment. One is very necessary and always necessary. The other depends on age, condition, and other parameters. Some reach the doorway to death quickly and without pain. Some others are destined to take an arduous route, paved with intense pain, immense grief, and enormous cost. Thrill is momentary. Happiness lasts longer. Quietude is more stable. It is easier to see God in your body than in the idols you worship, because you know who sculptured the idols, why and how, but not who made your body, why, when, or how. Filthy rich is a significant phrase. It suggests a possible relationship between filth and riches. Money is an intoxicant non-pareil. Otherwise, vocal critics go dumb before money/power. Some people who prefer to be alone are not receptive to conversation. They always adopt a what next attitude while conversing. The same person is one thing when careworn, and another when carefree. When careworn, looks down and wants to be left alone. When carefree, looks up and is receptive. Money is an excellent makeup artiste. Can close all ugly features and highlight others in close-up view. For some, routine is the cup of tea. Some others want change all the time. Thank you for reading.